Hello everyone and welcome in the C++ tutorial. In this tutorial we will go over the C++ syntax and present it based on the examples. This tutorial has been prepared for the beginner and mid-level programmers who does not have much experience in programming in C++. Before we get started, we need to install our IDE. I will use the Visual Studio 2017 Community Edition. You can find the link in the description. Once you install this program, you will see similar window to mine. Okay, let's create our first C++ program. To do so, go to the menu file, new project, and then under the Visual C++, choose the Windows Console application. Then you can specify the name for your program. I will put the first program. Then in the location you can specify where you want to save your project. I will leave the location as it is here. And then you can also specify the name for the solution. Just leave it as default for now, which is the same as the program name. Okay, and then I will create the directory for the solution, which means that all of the files needed for this program will be placed in one directory. Let's press OK. You just created your first C++ program. Let's go over this program and explain all of the mystery lines. Don't worry if you do not remember all of them, you will remember them anyway, as almost all of the C++ program will have to have them in. Let's start from the top. At the top, we can see the green text, which starting from 2 slashes. This is the comments. The comments are the simple text which is not taking part in the compilation process. So anything which starting from 2 slashes will not be executed. Okay, this is just the information for the programmer to put some additional information about the function or anything you like inside the program. The next line of code is the include directive. This instruction let us include external code to our program. Let's say, for example, this include IOStream. The IOStream is this external library which contains some functions. By using include IOStream, we can use all of these functions inside our program. So any code which is external, we can use the include file to actually include it to our program and is becoming part of our program. This will become more clearer later in the later episodes, so don't worry if you do not fully understand what this instruction is doing at the moment, but this is very important actually to include some of the library files. The next line is the Int Main. This is the entry point of our program. Every program starting from the main function, and then remember to put the brackets in because this is the function. All of the functions have to have a bracket. Right below you can see the curly brackets open and curly bracket end. This is the main body of our program. All instructions between those two brackets will be executed inside our program. So let's say, for example, the instruction std : cout. This instruction lets us print the hello world text in the console window. And because we included the IOStream, we are able to use this std cout. If we, for example, comment this include IOStream, as you can see, the compiler highlight the cout on the red, and when you go over the cout, you see that namespace std has no member cout. Because the cout instruction is defined in the IOStream file, we have to include this file to our program in order to use this instruction. Okay, I know this might sound complicated, but it's really not. You will see everything will become clear as you write some more programs if you never programmed before. Okay, to build our program, we can go to the build and build solution. If you don't have any errors in the program, you should see the similar thing as that build 1 succeed, 0 failed. Okay, that means that our program is fine. To run the program, you can press play. Okay, and then console windows will pop up and you see that hello world is displayed. To close this window, just press enter and the windows is closed. Okay, there is some interesting things inside this hello world. Right at the end, you have the strange characters \n. This is the special character which represent the enter. That means the next line of text will be printed in the next line. To show you exactly what this one is doing, I will copy this line and paste it. And then let's put the different text in from our first program. Okay, and then press play to run it, and you see that hello world and from our first program is printed in the next line because of this \n character. If we remove this \n and put the space instead, everything should be printed in one line. And that's how it's doing. Okay, remember, anytime you print something on the screen, if you see the \, that means the compiler is expecting the special character after that. There are some few predefined special characters like \n or \t, which represent the tab. If you put the \t, everything should be printed in one line, but there is a tab between those two lines of text. Okay, there is another way to actually put the next line of text in the next line, which is if you put this to sign, then you can specify another parameter to the std out, which is displaying the text on the screen, and then you can put the std : and this is exactly the same as the \n. And then if you run the program now, you will see that there is an enter after hello world. You can actually play a little bit with this instruction. This is the basic structure of the C++ program. It does not do anything fancy, but let us see the skeleton of our future programs. Just remember, every instruction in C++ need to be end with this semicolon. If it doesn't, don't worry, the Visual Studio will remind you that there is an error, and as you see, expected semicolon. That means we have forgotten the semicolon at the end. Now, when we know how to create this C++ program and how to print the text on the screen, let's do something more interesting. See you again in the next part.